This is video 5 of IAS 20. We are continuing with the presentation of government grants. In terms of our lecture plan, we are still busy with the presentation. In the previous video, we focused on monetary asset-based grants. Now in this video, we will be focusing on non-monetary asset-based grants. So here's our structure for non-monetary asset-based grants. So just note, we are still busy with asset-based grants. So the goal is still to acquire a long-term asset. Now we're focusing on non-monetary grants. For example, now you get the building instead of receiving money to buy a building. So what's the difference? With monetary grants, you receive money to buy the building. But if it's a non-monetary grant, you just receive the building. Okay. And we have two ways of measuring it. You can either measure the asset and the grant at fair value or at nominal value. And if you chose fair value, you account for it the same as monetary grants. Just know that you have to measure the assets and the grants at fair value, or you can choose to measure it at nominal value, and then please note we will not amortize the deferred income to profit and loss there. And also you measure the assets and the grants at nominal value. And nominal value is just a small amount you attribute to this asset. For example, it's actually worth 2 million, but you are only giving it 200 Rand. So let us look at an example. Please note all the examples in this video is also part of your handout, and you can go through all the examples there. So the government awarded a piece of land in the Karoo to Spider-Man Limited on 1 July 2012. On condition that Spider-Man Limited constructs a factory building on the land and transfers their manufacturing activities to this building. So what is the reason for this grant? The reason is to put up a factory building there. So it is to acquire a long-term asset. And what did Spider-Man Limited receive? They received land. So land makes it a non-monetary asset-based grant. Now, management assigned a nominal value of 200 Rand to the land, and on 1 July X12, the fair value of the land was 2 million. The factory building was constructed on the land at a total cost of 7 million and was available for use as management intended on 30 November 2012. Owner-occupied property is based on the cost model, and the factory building is depreciated on a straight line basis over the estimated useful life of 20 years, and Spider-Man Limited has a 20 February reporting date. And here, that estimated useful life is also our paragraph 12, systematic basis. So if we chose option 1 to measure the assets and the grants at nominal value, the land was the grant, so we attribute 200 Rand to the grant and 200 Rand to the deferred income. Then we construct our building, and then we just write off depreciation. Please note, because we chose to measure the grant and the asset at nominal value, we are not amortizing the deferred income. Very important. If we chose option 2, which is to measure at fair value, the land and the deferred income is measured at 2 million. We still acquire our building, and then we depreciate our building. But then very importantly, we also amortize our deferred income. And we amortize our deferred income in the same ratio as which we wrote off our depreciation.